They want to get loud, but their bodies won't let them. Tense. Giants have a shift on. They're expecting Bellinger to pull it on the ground. Crawford closest to the bag. Here's a 1-2 and a shot into right center. A base hit for Bellinger. Justin Turner will score. Looks to third. Cody Bellinger delivers in the clutch.
Yeah.
Subbed it.
Oh, yeah.
Twice.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa. Bellinger.
Right in the butt twice? Whoa, what are we talking about here? We're not... Oh, jeez. We're starting off like this again, Charles. Oh,
Classic.
First, we're late. And I got to say, this is not due to the Monday Night Football game this time. It was because of me. I forgot to take a pee. Don't tell people that, Fuzz. No, wait a minute. Okay. Let's calm down. This is an exciting episode. We have some special news on the horizon, so make sure to tune in. Stay tuned. Well, you're tuned in now. Stay tuned in to the end of the episode because I have some grand news for you. So, keep on, and I'll give you hints along the way, okay? We are FuzzJockRadio. My name is Fuzzy. I'm one of the Hess tonight. We also have one of our another Hest, C-Dubs, all the way out in California.
That's me. I'm C-Dubs.
I'm in Minnesota, so it's all the way out there. There's a distance. And then we also have another Hest, Mr. Zach.
Hi.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's a noise that I haven't heard before.
Boom, boom.
Listen to that,
boom,
C-Dubs.
boom.
See, that's why we have Hest Zach. And Zach,
Yes.
so you hear me say the word Hest instead of host.
Yes.
You want me to explain that to you?
Absolutely.
Because I'm sure the audience doesn't remember. Well, no, our audience is pretty smart. They will remember that a Hest on FuzzJockRadio is not a guest
Okay.
and not a host.
Okay.
And it's not a ghost, but is somebody with the most
Oh.
a Hest. See, on FuzzJockRadio, we don't deal with hierarchies. We decided that nobody's better than the other person.
Yep.
Because when you're watching a sit down talk show or whatever, like one of those late night shows or whatever.
Yeah.
You have I was gonna say a ghost. Hopefully there's no ghosts on the stage, but you have.
I'd watch that for sure.
Actually, I might. Well, Space Ghost.
Yeah. On a
Ghost.
Yeah. So. We are going almost coast to coast, halfway.
Ooh.
So back to the topic. Hess. Okay, hosts. Okay, normal shows have hosts and guests,
Yes.
right?
And combined.
And then when you watch them, you're like, oh well, the host is so much better than the guest because it's their show. They're on every week or sometimes every day. The guest only comes on once every couple of years.
I feel that.
So as an audience member, you're always like, oh yeah, somebody's better than the other. We here at FuzzJockRadio, we're throwing that away. You're not better than us, and you're not better than us, and we're not better than you.
That's beautiful.
Cool?
I
All
love
equal
it.
experts here.
Aw.
So you're a Hest.
I'm honored.
You're a Hest. You're.
I'm honored and not honored because I'm the same as you guys.
So now the audience is wondering, well, who the hell is this Hest? Who's this Hest? Zach, is he a ghost because it's October?
Yes. Not completely.
Not completely. So, welcome.
Yes, thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm loving hanging out and learning about sports and yeah. So had a good day.
Just like us, Zach hates sports. He doesn't like them at all. Doesn't keep track of them, and it's going to be a fun episode. What you do like, however, you like playing music, don't you?
Yes, I love playing music. I play in a local band called Onion Bun.
Onion Bun.
Yes, we like playing math rock instrumental music. We got a new album called Giraffadil.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was fun.
I have that that's stuck in my CD player right now in my car. I didn't say it's playing; it's stuck. But no, actually, it's playing. As soon as I got it, I popped it in, and it hasn't come out.
Oh, okay, heck yeah! Thank you very much. Yeah, it was super fun to make, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. Besides that, I work for a local media company called Triple Falls. We we make a lot of music stuff as well, like live sessions and whatnot, and then we have a podcast as well.
If the listeners don't know, Triple Falls is a company that's in Mankato that does I would say it's like a supercharged Fuzz Talk Radio, except for that Fuzz Talk Radio is a radio station and Triple Falls is like a media empire.
Yeah, we like talking to different artists and creators, really any type of innovator and as well as activists, and give them a platform to talk about whatever they need to talk about. We also are trying to create more shows. We have a show called Let's Talk About It that's been on hold for a little bit. We're trying to start doing that again, and that one's kind of like where we're trying to give a platform and make shows for people who might not have those resources necessarily, like a local activist named Jasmine, who also makes awesome art. She's on that. And then we also we have the podcast where we have pretty much anyone we can find in town who's doing something interesting, have them on and talk about it.
That's very cool, and it supported the community.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. Like with Fuzz Talk Radio, our friend Fuzzy, which is me, started trying to support the community through the radio station and booking different events and shows at venues like 10 years ago, and it's just nice to finally have some company in that space.
Yeah, I've been to so many of your shows. Definitely an inspiration for
company in that space that I know are there people that are there to mean well. I know that you guys mean well. I know that there's been other bookers and promoters that have been in Mankato in this kind of the same space that I reside in that didn't mean well, and I really appreciate you guys being around, and it's great. So
thank you.
Audience, if you are looking for anything Mankato related or community based, make sure to check out Triple Falls Media. Right? Is that
Triple Falls Production.
Triple Falls Productions.
Yep.
.com.
TripleFallsProductions.org.
.org. Cool. And we usually start the episode up with, "Hey, how have you been? What's going on? What happened this last week?" And we're going to use what you just talked about as yours.
Beautiful.
Unless if you have anything.
That's all you get to say now.
All right. No. That's what I did all week, pretty much. Yeah.
C-Dubs, how was your week?
It's been good. I'm working a lot because of the playoffs. I mean, the weekend was a little rough with the Dodger losses, but the beating the Giants was fun. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. So I've been good.
It was kind of rough.
Was he?
Well, first off, it was kind of a little rough intro there to start off with, knowing that the Dodgers lost the last two games.
They're down 2.
But I myself have been working hard at doing fuzzy stuff. Let me see here. Do I really remember Oh yeah. I'm remembering now. I decided that I wanted to make you.
Best episode ever already.
This is already the best episode ever. I wanted to make sure that this is the best episode ever. Since Zach's here, this is going to be the best episode ever. So I
believe it will happen.
Little flashback. That did not work out the way I wanted it to, but it's cool.
Are you ready for some football?
Monday Night Football.
Wow, that was a good silence there. Seriously. This is bad. The NFL is bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know this, Zach. But they're
Learn me.
The NFL.
So the NFL, which I'm sure since you're not a sports fan, you're not really like too keen on the NFL.
Not especially.
Is there any do you have any reservations towards the NFL at all?
No. Rip them up.
Well, I mean, do you feel bad about them? Or do you have any personal feelings?
I mean, I honestly don't know enough to say anything specific.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people are taking advantage of in that hierarchy, especially like kids coming out of college and stuff like that.
Well, there's good points there. Yeah.
But I don't know nothing.
This is like the main thing that people hate.
I can't believe it. So last week, a coach for a team that was highly regarded as you need to have this person as that coach. Am I not correct, Charles?
You're correct. They pulled him out of retirement as he was a TV analyst for ESPN for years because he wouldn't coach, and they pulled him out of it because they needed him. They needed this guy.
Highly regarded, sought after.
Okay.
Pulled him out of retirement, gave him the biggest contract ever for a coach. Right? $100 million or something like that.
Yep.
Jesus.
Seriously, $100 million.
I couldn't even imagine.
I think it was more, but anyway.
Probably more. Well, so last week, the reason why we didn't cover it last week is because the news came out like that on Monday, and we like to be on top of the news, but at the same time, we like to let the news breathe, so we know the full extent of what's going on.
Full scope.
Give people. Yeah, just give the whole scope. Not giving anybody chances or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just making sure that we are giving out the right news.
Absolutely.
Not giving out that stupid fake news or whatever. We know what's going on because other analysts have already looked at it. But we also give our own opinion on and whatever. Listeners, we don't need to tell you what's going on. What our platform is. And I'm sorry, since you know me. It's hard for me to bring shit up like this because it really does make me angry.
Mm-hmm.
So last week, as if you follow the sports, John Gruden of the Raiders,
Las Vegas Raiders,
brand new stadium Raiders. John Gruden was found out. Emails were released that he had sent years ago when he was working for a different team.
No, he's working for ESPN.
Oh, he was working at ESPN at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent out emails where he used misogynistic, homophobic, and racist language. The messages were sent to Bruce Allen, then the president of the Washington football team, and other white men. At the time, Gruden was working as an on-air analyst for ESPN. So he sent out a couple years ago some really bad emails.
Awful shit. I don't even want to say the stuff he said.
Some of the emails he was sending around were pictures of women naked that were cheerleaders for the NFL.
Hey.
And these women did not know that these emails were out there.
Mm-hmm.
He criticized.
And this was all found in another investigation for someone else being shitty.
Right?
That's how this was found out. So that's not already giving a good thing for the NFL.
Yeah.
So we do things around here called fuzzy math, but this is going to be actually real math.
Oh, okay.
As in.
Math rock.
As in you know how math works, and you know how statistics work, and you know how people work. If he sent that email out to one other person, there's a big chance that nobody else is going to know about any of this, right?
Yeah.
But if he sent these emails out to 5, 6 other people, how were any of these emails kept secret? How many other motherfuckers knew about this and kept it secret?
Yeah, there's no way only 5 people know about it.
And
it's on the ESPN work email.
What?
Like they don't read that and check that shit. You ever had a work email? They know what your email.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Disgusting.
What? You know what?
That's gross.
You know what? That even brings up another point. And I know that IT people have. The IT people would have seen these emails, you know?
Yeah.
If it was on the ESPN servers.
It was like he was trying to like flex his power. Like
That's a good point too. That's what like white men like to do.
It was like he was like, I know someone's gonna see this.
And then they have the audacity to keep him on ESPN, keep it secret, and then bring him out of retirement and herald him as one of the best coaches ever and put him on the new team with a brand new stadium. I mean, once this came out, he quit. You know, either for whatever.
Well, he resigned. Yeah, he
resigned.
got to leave, not in disgrace, even though his life is in disgrace.
And and they're working on a $40 million payout for his contract.
That's a disgrace, also.
40 million to just go away.
You know what's really awful? The motherfuckers standing up for him.
Gross. What's even their point? That he thought they were going to be private? Is that their point?
So, it was 10 years ago, man.
So I don't know.
What's wrong with 10 years ago?
So I don't know. That's
what some of the people who are excusing it say.
That's a poopy argument.
10 years ago. It's like, that's a bad answer.
Yeah. Gross.
I don't know. It's like, I would like to say it's disheartening for the league, but it's almost getting to the point of when I quit alcohol. I don't know if you guys know this, but
yeah.
I don't like to talk about myself a whole lot or anything, but like, you know, I don't know if I told you guys this yet, but a couple years ago, I got a blood clot because I was drinking way too much, and I almost died from drinking too much, and so I quit. And because I realized that alcohol was really bad for me, and I couldn't handle it. And if you or anybody else ever feels that they're drinking too much and they need to talk to somebody about it, make sure to, you know, you can hit me up. There's organizations around your area that you can talk to. Because alcohol isn't something to, you know, make light of. It is something that can absolutely ruin your life. Mm-hmm. And with that, what I'm trying to say is that I realized alcohol was not good for me, and so I got rid of it. The NFL doesn't seem to be really that good for anybody. You know, they put this under the rug. They
were going to let Ray Rice get off scot-free until the video got leaked by TMZ of him punching his wife in the face.
In that elevator?
In the elevator.
That was
like
horrible.
All sorts of stuff. There's tons of examples.
They do not take care of their players that have concussions from years of slamming their heads against each other. They never really addressed that guy that went on the field and killed himself in front of his coach. Remember that?
I don't even know about that.
Just tons of mental illness going throughout the league. A lot of it because of unsafe practices during their playing. And these top white men are making millions of dollars off of
absolutely
billions of dollars off these players. And I don't know. I'm not going to say that we're taking the NFL out of the lineup for FuzzJock Radio, but like,
right.
It's getting to that, like, when's the line? Where's the line? Where do I stop talking about them? And what I'm gonna do right now is stop talking about them.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
So the Dodgers moved on. They are now facing the Twins, Eddie Rosario, with the Braves. Dodgers versus the Braves. It's which is funny because Eddie Rosario used to be a Twins player, and which is our team in Minnesota.
I know
And-
that much.
Well, some of the audience members might not know.
Oh, okay.
All inclusive here, right?
Yes, of course.
Which is weird. So the Braves when the Twins went to the World Series, we play the Braves, and now a twin, Eddie Rosario, is on the Braves, beating our team, the Dodgers.
Oh,
With the announcer being John Smoltz, who was a pitcher in the World Series game. Whoa.
That is absurd. John Smoltz was a Twins pitcher who is
he was the Braves pitcher.
Oh, he was the Braves pitcher who is now
Jack Morris beat him.
who is now announcing today's games.
oh, okay.
The Braves now have won 2 in a row at home, so which means that it's a series of 7. So that means that the Dodgers can still lose another game and still win the series.
That's actually so. Last year they played Atlanta in the National League, National League Championship Series, and they actually went down 3-1 in the first 4 games, and then they won every game after that to go to the World Series.
Oh,
so
shit.
there's hope they could do it again this year. They play the next 3 games here in LA. And tomorrow is going to be warm, or supposed to be warm, a little in the day, and games at 2 here.
Do you know
Starts
what
at
that
5
means?
on the East Coast, but it's at 2 o'clock here.
Mr. Zach.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Mr. Zach, do you know what it means in baseball for it to be a warm day?
A warm day. I don't know. Is the baseball gonna be soft? Is the ground gonna be dry?
Close to that. Close. So on a warm day, the air is lighter,
Okay.
which will make the baseball fly further
Okay.
and have a little bit more lift to it because the warm air is rising up.
Oh.
And with the baseball going, and a cold day, the baseball will stop short of the fence, and on a warm day, it will go over the fence.
Oh, okay. Does being home actually increase like your chance of winning?
So
When you live in LA, it does.
Hey, okay.
yeah,
Because of the weather or because of the just height?
weather,
The lack of weather.
if you're in Colorado, the elevation messes with athletes. Because
Colorado is actually the best park to play in if you want to hit home runs.
because the elevation's too high for a lot of players that aren't used to it, and so like they fly in, from a state that's lower elevation, and it's harder for them to breathe.
Okay.
It's not just the home fans. It's,
Yeah.
Like there is a lot to it, and then with baseball, the baseball parks themselves are not regulated. The size.
Oh.
The only thing that's regulated in a baseball park is how far the bases are from each other
Okay.
and where the pitcher's mound is from the home plate.
Okay. So,
And then the angle of the baselines.
oh.
So like the baseline from home plate to first base is always the same angle
So
everywhere
the
you go.
square or diamond is always the same
That's always
size.
the same size.
Okay.
The rest of the outfield
Anything.
can go as. I mean, I'm sure that there's some limit.
There's got to be some restriction, but
there- but
there's
there
literally
are-
a. Keep going.
There are stadiums that have like little juts out.
Yeah.
They're like stadium jutting out into the outfield. Some
corners.
of them are just straight. They're like just straight around.
What about
oval.
fouls?
Foul-
The athletics field has a humongous foul area. They can get foul balls that would normally be like far into the crowd, but in their stadium, it's just a regular old foul ball.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, depending on where you go, the stadium's going to be different, and home
Interesting.
teams practice at their home field, so they'll know where they can hit the ball. Where
Yeah.
the away teams will have a harder time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, isn't it? It's really neat.
Yeah.
It's like
The weirdest thing with the no regulation on the walls to the outfield, though, is that they have a ballpark that literally has each section of wall that changes and moves like to the next corner of the wall, because it has to be a circle, but it's angled walls.
Yeah.
each wall that's angled has its own distance that has a number related to a player in their ring of honor. And it's like, dude, that's, first of all, that's way too deep to go for your team and that kind of stuff. And also, really, you have like 9 different distances in your outfield? That's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the newest ballpark they've made.
9 different. What?
I don't think I think it's like 7, but still.
That's still
Still
so
high.
many.
So
And they just okay.
no.
Go ahead.
So I was just gonna say we are in October baseball. Do you know what that means, Zach?
It's gonna get scary.
Scary baseball. Yeah. Well, it means that we're in playoff baseball. Like the
okay.
end of the postseason. The end of the season always ends in September, and then October is.
So I'm not completely wrong.
You're not completely wrong.
Okay.
Because it's
very
scary.
spooky
It's scary
now.
to lose.
Yeah.
And so right now it's the Dodgers versus the Braves, and then the Boston Red Sox versus the Astros.
Asterisk.
Oh man, yeah, the Asterix. We call them the Asterix because they were caught cheating
Oh.
a couple years ago and won after and then they got caught cheating. They were banging trash cans to indicate to their player which pitch was the batter, which pitch was coming up. So then the batter knew which pitch was coming up.
Dang.
Yeah.
They were using illegal cameras in the outfield to read the.
So then, so we discussed this in prior podcasts of how the Asterix were cheating, and we
That's
started
gross.
talking about other aspects of baseball cheating, and then we could not find it. Like, we went back eras and eras of cheating in baseball. So like professionals, like we are now on number 2 of professional sports. That is like. You guys are something else.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I digress. Boston hit in their series, hits grand slams in top of the first and second innings, setting 2 records. This is the first time 2 grand slams have been hit in a game, and the first time 2 grand slams have been hit in back-to-back innings.
Oh, I remember the third now.
What is it?
It's the first time they've also been hit in the first and second inning. That's the third one.
So there was 3 records that they broke?
Yeah, there are 3 records that are broken. I didn't want to say 3 if I couldn't remember the third, but I just remembered it right now.
That's
And
crazy.
that makes it so that Red Sox are now have 20 home runs this postseason. The rest of the American League combined has 21.
Grand slam just means bases loaded home run.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You got it.
But they've got 20 home runs this postseason as one team, and yet all of the teams, including the ones eliminated, combined have 21. One less.
That's pretty
Or one
crazy.
more. They have one less than the rest of the league. That's crazy.
That's pretty
It's
absurd.
insane. And a lot of it's Kike Hernandez, an ex-Dodger.
An ex-Dodger. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
FuzzJockRadio.
Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it!
FuzzJockRadio.
FuzzJockRadio.
I like that a lot.
Me
The WNBA's playoffs. Our friend Alex made that. Put that together. That sounded together. The WNBA
Johnson?
finals. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, what a cutie.
The WNBA finals, game 4. Chicago wins the series 3-1. They won 80-74. The Candace Parker's legacy comes full circle with the second WNBA championship. Yeah,
That's beautiful.
great, good job, Candace Parker and the Chicago Sky. They were really happy, very happy. Somebody that was not happy was Diana of the Phoenix Mercury. There's a tweet of broken door.
It's a Nile. Oh man, that's really broken.
She was really mad. Let's see here. A door in Wintrust area reportedly needs replacing after Phoenix Mercury lost in Game 4 of the WNBA Finals, according to eyewitness reports from the Next Hoops. Diana took out her frustration with the loss of the door visiting locker room. Photos show that the door severely cracked through the middle, which reportedly came from her slamming the door multiple times. WNBA and Phoenix Mercury have yet to provide a comment. And then the thing that really got me, I mean, yes, that's really bad, and I want to get to the slamming of the door and breaking it and how you shouldn't do that. But what really actually got me was, in addition to the door incident, her and the rest of the Phoenix Mercury declined to talk to media after the season-ending loss. Head coach Sandy did not speak with media. The head coach did not speak with the media. Many were quick to point out that she took the time to congratulate every single player on the Chicago team after the game. Finals MVP Cooper said she had so much respect for her on Monday. Okay, so
A lot to unpack.
yeah, there is actually. Okay. So we all know on this cast that we are all about the players' right not to talk to media if they don't want to, especially if they're not feeling well or if they have anxiety about what's going on. Like there is a player in the NFL that would not talk to the media because we came out later in the future, which he didn't have to explain, but he felt that he needed to, that he dealt with anxiety. And so he would say like one word, to the press and everybody, and he just wanted Skittles all the time, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Comfort food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, right? And
He literally just one time said, "I'm only here so I won't get fined."
Yeah,
Like
because,
to every question they asked.
so
Wow.
now that we say that, I'm wondering if that's what the deal is with this team. At the same time, it's like the head coach should be saying something. Like
Someone
at
should
least
make
the
some
head
sort of
coach,
statement.
right?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say is I think, I understand if the players don't want to. They're the ones on the fucking court. But if the coach, the GM, someone has to come out and give a press conference because of how media works now. I
Well,
don't think they
not
they
just
really
how
need
media
to. I don't care for them, but you need to have someone come out and say something. Someone has to.
For the fans, for the stockholders, for like everybody. You have to come out and say, "Hey, we lost. Sorry," or something. You know.
I mean, everyone hammered Cam Newton when he wouldn't answer questions after he lost the Super Bowl and was all sad. And it's like, dude,
I get
don't
that.
put him in front of a microphone.
And I get that because they're players,
Yeah, I get the players,
that's a lot of adrenaline, obviously, with the door breaking. And so then that leads me to wonder if that organization did not even they were so angry that they lost, and they lost like 3-1 in the series.
Yeah.
If they're that angry, there's got to be anger issues going on in that team. If one of their players got so angry that she felt that she needed to fucking break a door. There's more going on in that organization than meets the eye, right? That's what I think anyway.
Yeah. Especially
these
compared to Get Out.
These are grown adults. And and the other, I'm sorry, but the other thing that I wanted to put out there too is that maybe we shouldn't even be talking about this broken door, because I'm sure that this is happening in male sports all over the place and nobody's talking about it. So why are we even bringing it up about the women doing that? The women doing this?
Yeah.
That's wrong for us to even point that out if we're not pointing it out that is happening. That Ray Rice, was it Ray Rice?
Ray Rice knocked his wife out.
I wanted to make sure I said the right.
Yeah, no, you're accusing the right person.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's a super valid point. I wouldn't be surprised if things get broken or thrown or all the time.
There's lots of adrenaline. There's lots of creatine. There's lots of things that are amping up these supercharged bodies.
Yeah.
And, you know what it's like as a pleb to drink a Red Bull. Is pleb the right word? Because I just called us plebs.
I have no nutrients in my body.
And you drink a Red Bull, you know how raged up you get. Can you imagine some of the shit, the stimulants that they're putting in their body?
Yeah, and just going hard all the time, working, being as efficient as possible with their body.
If I don't know if any of you ever worked out, but like just
Once or twice.
just like lifting, like will get you going.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And like not condoning the breaking the door or or using any violence because of your frustration. If that is happening, if you find yourself breaking a door or being a Trevor and punching a hole through the wall, is that the right name?
Kyle.
Kyle punching a hole through the wall. Please seek out
Absolutely.
help. Please talk to somebody about your anger because that's what's going on. You need some anger management.
Yeah.
But us media, we need to be ashamed of ourselves for buying into this as a story.
Yeah.
Because this is a non-story if anyone else does this.
Yeah, agreed.
I do think that it is a story because the team didn't speak.
That part, yeah.
And so I think that what we're trying to uncover, or we're trying to point out that there's more going on besides her just not being able to control her anger.
That makes sense.
Something's going on with that organization that we don't fully know about for them to condone it and just not to even speak to the press.
Yeah, it's probably yeah.
I don't know. I wish I would have looked it up a little bit more.
For sure.
It just sucks. The NBA, it just sucks because the WNBA and the NBA are some of the best sports organizations out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like they 100% give back to their communities by donating their time and money, and there's just some really outstanding players that are like all about organizations, and like with the WNBA particularly, a lot of the ladies stopped playing and just went protesting during the summer of George Floyd's killing.
They opted out of playing in the bubble.
I do remember hearing about that.
They did activism instead.
And some of the best players didn't come back. It's just like
really, I didn't know about that part.
They're just like both organizations are just wonderful organizations that have been doing great things.
Yeah, and everyone was allowed to come back and keep their jobs if they wanted. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And the NBA is starting up here soon, soon tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
The Nets play the Bucks. The Warriors are playing the Lakers at 9 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. Pacers, Hornets, Bulls, Timberwolves start on Wednesday at 7 p.m. versus the Rockets.
Rockets. Yeah.
Well,
we all know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. It's time for the
Fuzz Question of the Week.
Fuzz Question of the Week. This is the time of the week that I ask a question to the Hess, and they answer with the answer. They answer the question with an answer, and then I say, no, wait. How do we do this again, Charles? I ask a question.
It's explanation without extrapolation.
Explanation without extrapolation. So I ask a question, you answer it, explain why you love that answer, and then we don't discuss it. We don't tell you why that was wrong.
Deal.
Okay. So
did Johnson make that as well?
No, I made that.
That's sick.
Hey, thanks.
It's the best.
I made that, right?
I get excited every time I hear that.
Okay, the fuzz question of the week is: do you drink coffee, Zach?
Before I worked with Triple Falls, usually I only drank dirty chais, which is just like an espresso shot in a chai. And because of working with them, I drink quite a bit of Joe whenever we do productions.
Okay. C-Dubs, do you drink coffee?
Not so much anymore, but I love it when I do.
Why not so much anymore? Like, what's going on with that?
Because I'm an energy drink guy.
Wait. We're not supposed to discuss
extrapolate.
We're not supposed to discuss it.
Extrapolating.
And then there we go.
In front of everyone.
Oh shoot! No, wait.
We all
That
Do you answer?
no,
that sound means.
no. I'm just supposed to like play it.
For the
Oh, where is it? Oh, that's right
Another
about
one.
there. Right about there. And that was the.
Fuzz question of the week.
I got it. Okay. So that was the fuzz question of the week, and here we go.
What is slashing?
Slashing is
Oh shit!
like that, you know?
Wait a minute. We're gonna go back.
Okay.
We're not done with the NBA. Why did I have the fuzz
Do
question
the
of the week right in the
basketball
middle
intro
of it?
again. We're back to NBA.
Do 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 do.
FuzzJockRadio.
Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it!
So Zach over here is looking at me like, man, this guy is like not.
FuzzJockRadio.
Wait. I forget that there's a FuzzJock Radio. Zach's over here looking at me like, man, these guys are not professional. Like they're going back and forth and stuff. And like, what the fuck was that question of the week?
I loved it.
But here we are. I was telling him earlier today, like the studio's all messy, and I'm so sorry it's so messy. I just like
I'm fed up.
I wanted to impress him so bad because the reason why is because I told Charlie that I wanted to impress you really bad. I wanted to actually impress Charles on how impressive I could be towards you. And then Charles would see it and be like, "Wow, Fuzz, look how professional you are." And then my figurines are falling off the walls. So something that's happening in the NBA is that this is just one player.
Yeah, it's just one.
Just one
Kyrie
player.
Irving.
One player out of the whole NBA is Kyrie Irving is denying like he's not wanting to get vaccinated at all.
Is he really good?
Yeah, he's one of the best.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
However, he does make us stink a lot about stuff.
Yeah, he's pretty crazy though. He believes in the flat conspiracy too.
Yeah, he's a flat earther.
Yeah.
Sick. Free thinker.
I like how you're like, I don't know. Yeah. He's
I'm
a free
fine
thinker.
with not being in the league.
Good for him.
But okay, so the NBA doesn't have a mandate to get a vaccine. It's left up to the players. However, certain states in the United States do have mandates for people working to get the vaccine. So the state that he is in, like, he wouldn't be able to play in games that have, like, California is one that mandates this vaccine. He wouldn't be able to play certain games, like, when they play there. Or
okay.
he wouldn't be able to play at his home games
Not
in
just
New
their
York.
home players have to get it, even to play there at all. You got to do it.
Yep.
Ah.
And he's absolutely refusing. And, this isn't a COVID podcast. We're not talking about COVID all the time or anything like that.
No. I was just thinking. It seems like if he's just not gonna play those games, he I don't know. That's just weird to me.
Isn't it?
I don't understand.
Why not just get the vaccine?
Yeah.
So that you can play all the games and like be as good as you are, right? But he doesn't want to, and so it's
He's just gonna hurt his team at the end of the day, right?
Basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yep.
Does he still get his full check?
It sounds like he could.
Yo, that's weird.
Well, it is
I don't-
Yeah, he
weird,
could sit on,
but
he
that's
could
what
sit around and
that
make a
is
lot
one
of money.
thing that is kind of neat about the NBA is that their players association like dictates what goes on in the league, and they are really good to their players.
Yep.
It's, unlike other organizations like the NFL or whatever, they don't take care of their players as much as the NBA does.
Do you know how many he would have to sit out?
I didn't really look into that.
Okay, keep going.
But so
They take really good care of their players.
yeah, and so that's kind of cool, that he's still gonna get paid.
Yeah.
But But
Yeah,
that's
I
not. I guess
suppose.
that's not where I'm like going with this. Where I'm trying to go with this is that, get the fucking vaccine, motherfuckers. If you're listening right now, just go get your vaccine.
Yeah.
It's free. Some places are actually giving you shit nowadays if you go get it. It just protects you from going to the hospital or getting it really bad, and also helps you not, spread it as easily and
die.
and it helps your neighbor, and we all love our neighbors because we should.
Mm-hmm.
How would he feel if like a fan got it because of him? He came to like give him money.
I can't speak. I can't speak for him.
Yeah,
Oddly enough, when COVID first was happening, is the beginning of it. It first got major news because a player was pretending he was like, "Oh, I have COVID and I'm touching all the microphones," and then he tested positive for COVID.
So do you
and that
remember
was
that?
one of the first people to test
I
positive.
do remember that.
The NBA was the
forgot
first ones to shut down because of that player.
I forgot about that.
And so it's and then some of those people were Karl Anthony Towns' family members. Karl plays for the Timberwolves, and 7 of his family members died from COVID.
Something like the 7 or 8.
And his mother passed away from COVID. And so you'd think that Karl would be absolutely angry with this dude for not getting the vaccine and not understanding, right? Well, this is what he had to say. And I got a quote here. He told NJ.com, "I'm obviously a strong believer in the vaccine. I've been through so much, and it would be kind of contradictory to not be on the pro-vaccine side. But what I will say is that I do believe in choice, and I like to give people their choice. I have no problem with people having their choice."
And to continue, he also follows up by saying, "Just don't give me a fucking excuse. If you don't want to take it, then that's all you like. Then do that. Don't get it, but don't fucking sit here and make excuses to my face." That was his follow up. So he's like, "Yeah, have your decision. Just don't sit here and make up a bunch of reasons why you didn't do it.
And
Just
don't try to play. Don't like complain or get mad when you can't play certain games.
It's what's going on.
Yeah.
You either get the vaccine or don't play. Don't give me excuse why you don't want to get the vaccine."
Yeah.
Like, what a great person Towns is, for knowing that his family members died of this and still being like, at the end of the day, it is his choice. I don't want people to be like basically what he's saying. He's not going to, he doesn't want, he wants freedom of choice, but he's also not saying that I'm not going to fucking like you.
Yeah. Don't try to justify it.
So I thought that was very well stated. I'm sure he thought about it for a long time because, at the same time, these players are pretty well versed on, how to talk so they don't upset one side or the other side of the fan base.
Yeah.
Or stockholders or owners or what have you. I don't know.
What is slashing?
Slashing is like that,
So the NHL started up.
Wild are on top of their division.
What I'm trying to find their scores here. The Wild has won 2 games. 2-0. There are currently no ties. Oh, that's something else I wanted to mention in the NFL. Oh no, we're not talking about NFL. That's right. I forgot. So we just paid a big contract to Kaprizov from Russia. Yep. He must be a good acquisition. I didn't really put much information in this NHL section here.
Well, I do know I haven't caught any of the games yet, but what I've heard from people who've watched the games is that the young core is proving to be better than our veteran core from the last so many years.
Good. It's
so they just gel and they get along.
It's bound time. I tell you what, let the veterans retire and leave, and let the
they're all gone now.
Let the young guys step up.
You know,
Almost the whole team is like under 25.
I don't know.
Or is like 25.
I don't know what's going on with this episode, but I'm going to say this. Just like real life, the fucking old motherfuckers need to step down. The part of the reason that we're having the employee shortage is because the CEOs, the old fucking 70, 80-year-olds aren't stepping down from the positions and allowing other motherfuckers to take over and make the big money too.
Bam.
Motherfuckers,
and making more positions by stepping up.
retire.
Bam.
If
Get
you're
out
a
of there.
fucking boomer and you're working still, fucking tire.
Get out of there.
Let somebody
Get
else
out of here.
let somebody else fucking do the work, make the money. Sit on your ass. You already have the fucking money.
Beautiful.
I just hate it. Like there was a person that I was talking to the other day, and they're like, yeah, you know, I'm retired, I'm collecting retirement, but I still have, you know, this job because, you know, it makes me good money, and what else would I do? Just sit around at home? And I'm like sitting there like I'm like, dude, you're fucking 70 years old. Yes, sit around and do nothing.
Go on vacation everywhere. Visit
That's
the world.
exactly.
Dude, but yes, you could sit on your butt. What's wrong with that?
I can't wait to sit on my butt. I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. Oh, then sorry.
Messi se da cuenta y cambia.
Pirlo afinando, ya cobra, pelota por arriba. ¡Gol!
That one's really loud.
Especially the whistle.
Yeah. Okay, so that just keeps going on and on and on.
It just keeps going.
I need to change that up. Okay.
One.
Mankato Marathon results are in. The Mankato just shut down all their streetways
Oh yeah.
for the people to run and for the Catonians to. That's the first time I used that word on our show. The Catonians to run their hearts out, and none of the top winners are from Mankato. The full course was run by somebody from St. Paul, and then Goodview in Minneapolis, and then the marathon. And the marathon relay was St. Paul, Butterfield, and Park Rapids. And then the half marathon was St. Paul, Kasota, and Jordan. So no Mankato winners, of course. And then the
10K.
We have Sam Hodgson of Mankato won, and in the Pork Power 5K, Josh Frey of Mankato. So we're winning in the ones that don't really matter as well. No.
Ripping
No,
it.
we got the Pork Power 5K.
Get
and look who
powered
got
by
second
pork.
place.
Who got second place?
Micah Dorfner.
Oh, he did.
By our good friend from Forever Dumb.
Why is he the only one with a picture? Because
he's the only one who's registered his thing, probably.
Yeah, so
Unlike that's me.
Micah Dorfner, his time was 17 hours and 39 minutes, 5 hours and 41 minutes per mile.
Wow.
Really killing
Wow,
it.
what a pace.
Overall, 2 out of 594. He was the second out
Amazing.
of 222.
Dang.
That's good
What
job,
did he
Micah.
play in Forever Dumb?
Hmm?
What did he play in Forever Dumb?
He was a drummer.
Okay, sick. Yeah, I've seen them a few times.
Yeah. So that's good. Then Zach here is a frisbee golf expert. What do you know about frisbee golf there, bud?
Oh yeah,
We
I
haven't
love
talked
a good
about frisbee golf yet. I haven't. I don't know anything about frisbee golf. Tell me.
Disc golf is amazing.
Frisbee golf, right?
Yeah. No, disc golf.
Disc golf.
It's disc golf.
Earlier, you got really mad at me for.
Yeah, we almost fought.
Yeah, so-
physically.
Yeah, it's just scary. I had to break them up, and I'm not even there.
Do a lot of people call it frisbee golf?
Yeah, probably. I've heard it called frolf.
That's
The
what I
like
called it earlier.
the professional league is called like the Professional Disc Golf League, so I think
Okay.
that's why people say that's like the official name.
Okay.
But yeah, it was my like
So as an amateur,
quarantine.
I could be a frisbee golfer, and then as a pro like you're a a disc golfer.
Yeah, all you have to do to be a pro disc golfer, technically, I think, is just pay to get into the league.
Oh,
Yeah, so you could be a pro disc golfer tomorrow, I think.
do you have?
You know,
Go ahead.
I have an idea that reminds me of another thing you can do by just paying to get in. Do you know you can just pay to get a Hollywood star?
Oh, really?
So
What?
you should pay to become a professional frisbee golf or disc golfer,
and then just pay for my
and
star.
then pay to get a star, and then you'll be the first person on the Hollywood Walk of
to
Fame
be a
with
pro
star.
disc golfer.
Is that how you get verified on Twitter?
Probably the same thing.
Probably.
Okay.
It can't be hard.
Okay. So
Yeah, I discovered it during quarantine because me and my friend Topher, the drummer, and Onion Bun, we could do it and stay far away from each other and other people and still do it together.
oh, you guys are smart. Look at you.
Genius.
Look at you. Careful there, Sleetups.
And it was super fun. And then there's a company called Jomez who does awesome captures of the games, and all the announcers are like people who played those days. So it's a lot of fun, and it's interesting because they can actually be like, oh, the wind on that hole that day was like this, and the wind on that hole was like this. And also, I don't know if you guys know this, but the best throw in disc golf history happened, and it was at the World Championships this year.
Where was that at?
I actually don't know what course it was on this year, but the very last hole, one guy threw it, and he landed like 200 and something yards away. So the guy who was one stroke below him just kind of did a really easy layup, expecting to just have to par it, and then a guy threw it, and it was a really hard shot. He had to curve around these trees and everything, and it was like 200 and something feet. Sunk right in, and the guy who thought he just had an easy win had to make sure he got it in, and then it went to a sudden death. And then the guy who sunk the 200-foot putt won the sudden death because the other guy threw it out of bounds, probably because he was so pissed off.
Wow.
Like, you literally went from what am I going to spend the money on? Oh, and the guy who was just laying it up is the 12-time champion. He's like the guy who everyone expected to win. And the guy who won, James Conrad, is been in the game for a while and hasn't. I don't think he's won a world championship before that. It was. It's literally the best throw ever.
To take it back to earlier segment, how do you feel about that guy being pissed off and just chucking his?
Well, he didn't purposely chuck it out, but you could tell the nerves were on him.
Oh, sure, okay.
But it was pretty.
But it wasn't like a golfer breaking his.
Yeah.
You've seen that before, where golfers will get so mad that they miss the putt that they'll break their golf club over their knee.
Or you could just tell it was nerves for sure.
Yeah. Isn't that just something? Isn't that something else? Like that's. I think that's something that probably you can find ride through all of sports.
Yeah.
Even even a
raw
calm
emotion.
Even a calm frisbee golf course, that guy that guy specifically probably didn't, do it on purpose and get really mad, but those emotions are so high that people lose I say that's kind of losing control, right?
And this guy's like the Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, Pele, whatever, Tiger Woods of the sport. And he was like, he was like, oh, I'm gonna go buy a new 4-wheeler for my huge property. And then James Conrad just zoom, and it goes in, and everyone's just freaking out for weeks.
Oh man. Yeah, and that's just that humiliation that you feel, that sports people shouldn't feel. I would say if you're a sports person that's really high up there, Micah, if you're listening to this and you lose at the last second and you feel the need to chuck your running shoes at the wall and break that window that's in the wall, go seek therapy, bud. Because it is kind of, it is dealing with that much raw emotion is trauma.
You should be able to turn off and on specific anger and when you're playing a game, because it's not It's just competition.
It is, and that's the thing. And that's where a lot of the best sports players are at their best, is when they don't care. They're just like, no, I know I'm good. If I don't do well, it sucks. But I know I'm going to do better next time.
And disc golf had the biggest growth ever during quarantine, probably from exactly why me and Topher were playing it.
Oh, sure.
And
I can see that.
You could tell that everyone on the captures were just excited to be there, because especially when the crowd was allowed to come back.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's just having a great time. It's not as intense, but you could definitely tell Paul Macbeth was angry. It's kind of cool to see him not in robot
sports,
mode.
and that's something that we've discussed during the COVID quarantine time, when there weren't sports, when we were doing the podcast. That even though that we're not really keen on some of the leagues that are going on around, currently, like the NFL needs competition, and hopefully the XFL that's coming out is better. It treats their players better, treats people around them better. But
what is that?
It's hopefully a competition, a new football league that's going on.
It was originally owned by Vince McMahon, and now The Rock is part of an ownership group that bought it from him.
That's
so
crazy
doesn't own it. Vince doesn't own it anymore. Now The Rock owns it.
Yep.
Wow.
So, yep.
I hope it does well, and I hope they take good care of it.
I don't know where I was going with that. I forgot. We'll come back to it. Congrats, Micah. Just make sure if you're feeling bad, go talk to somebody.
You can talk to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
No, we're starting that over. We're starting that over because that is way too low.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
That is not.
That's the wrong one.
Not what I wanted to play. Oh boy, look at me impressing Zach over here. Oh man,
You're impressing me, impressing Zach. It's really just impressive.
Oh,
I'm so sick of it.
oh boy, oh
I'm
boy.
just
Do I
ready
even
to
have
just-
it anymore? I don't even know what I labeled it. Oh man,
It's in the Discord
it is in the Discord.
Between me and you.
Now that I'm making it, I have to actually play it now. Oh, you sent me a message, Zach. Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, is this the last one? Let's see here if this works. Zach, watch the magic. What is it called? Is it the most recent one? That's not it. Jeez.
That's the ad.
That is the ad. That was really loud.
That was a loud ad.
That was really loud.
I know about
boy.
it for sure.
Oh, here it is. Oh, I
Yeah, it's right
labeled it the right label.
Yeah.
They're just gonna cut that out next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Now.
Well, let's do some cowboy jizzing, somebody. What do you say?
Yeah. Okay. So wow, that was lackluster, Fuzz. AEW Rampage beat WWE SmackDown on FS1 in one demo and ties SmackDown and other key demos viewership up from last week. Rampage did draw over more overall viewers than the previous week's episode and beat SmackDown head-to-head in the 30-minute overlap in the 1849 demo.
Woo!
Yeah. Wednesday Night Wars are back.
Screw the McMahons.
So you understand what's going on here?
No, I don't necessarily know, but screw them.
Yes, the
Yeah,
McMahons,
screw Vince McMahon is the correct answer.
They're real life heels.
like the NFL, we have not been talking about wait a minute. We have been talking about the NFL up until about now, but we have not been talking about WWE because we do not like the McMahons and they treat their wrestlers like crap, and we don't like to support organizations like that. But when AEW, their competition, does something against them, well, we will speak of it. And so what happened? What happened is that on Friday night, AEW has a program called Rampage, and they've been respectful of WWE's big SmackDown. Like they've had SmackDown on Friday nights forever,
and then Monday Night Raw,
and Monday Night Raw, and so Rampage, instead of trying to compete against SmackDown, started their 1 hour show right after SmackDown.
Okay.
So
isn't that what ECW used to do?
Then everyone gets to watch it.
Is that what ECW used to do?
Yes. Paul Heyman would do that too.
So, so then the fans have lots of wrestling to watch and everybody wins, right?
Yep.
Well, Vince McMahon decided he's not going to deal with that anymore and decided to run SmackDown longer so it would compete with AEW and paid for no commercials during that time that would overrun AEW's primetime spot.
And not only that, jam-packed it with a Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair match and had Brock Lesnar on it. Like, they pulled out all the stops to try and get people to watch it, and they still didn't beat them in the key demo.
That's
and AEW still prevailed.
I love that.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's great because like the NFL needs competition. AEW came in just 2 years ago too, and AEW is gathering that much viewership.
That's sick.
And the reason they got it was because they had such a stacked weekend. Like this, normally there's a lot of memorable matches in Dynamite and Rampage, but I mean, like, not this many.
Yeah. Okay.
Normally not this many. Let's go over some of them.
Yeah.
CM Punk is on AEW.
What?
CM Punk is on AMW.
Yes.
AEW. Yeah.
Sorry.
He just came out to AEW.
Sorry to interrupt you, Charlie.
So with CM Punk, he quit 7 years ago, or so, after that speech against McMahon. I don't want to say the word.
Yeah.
That he had do you know about that at all?
No.
So he got fed up with McMahon and WWE. They gave him a mic, and he sat down in the middle of the ring and actually, not kayfabe, talked about how much he hated what's going on behind the scenes at WWE, and then took the belt with him and quit.
Oh.
Well, but then they signed him right away, and he came back.
Whatever. Whatever.
But it was great. It was great that he was being genuine. He was like, "I really hate this place,"
and that's the point. And then he quit. And then he really quit later on. And then he didn't want to do any wrestling, even though he loved it, because there was no company that showed him, their worth.
Yeah.
And then an AEW, one of the main guys of a faction called the Dark Order, the main guy, Brody Lee, passed away unexpectedly from complications, and CM Punk knew of Brody Lee and found out that the AEW people knew about Brody Lee's condition, and nobody let anybody know. Everybody kept it a secret.
Oh.
And
the family asked for privacy
because they wanted privacy. And so out of respect, the whole company just kept silent.
Dang.
And CM Punk was like, and then after he passed, the company showed high regard. They had a special for Brody Lee. And then now just recently hired his widowed wife to part of the company.
That's sick.
And they just 100% take care of their wrestlers and absolutely love
That's
just
amazing.
the wrestling, industry. And CM Punk saw that, and he's like, "This is a company I want to work for. Somebody that actually cares for me."
Did he start on ECW?
Started on Ring of Honor.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw him on ECW in 2009.
I think he did do ECW when they tried bringing it back, though.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep, I believe he was part of that.
So yeah, CM Punk was with Matt Sydal this past week. We had Ruby Soho versus the Bunny, which had better numbers than Roman Reigns' match.
Segment?
Yeah.
Oh, match! Wow.
Ty Conti with Anna Jay versus Garrett. Bobby Fish versus Lee Moriarty.
That match was amazing. I couldn't believe really Lee Moriarty had that in him. I didn't know. I was ignorant to it. Now I know. Because him and Bobby Fish put on a hell of a match.
Brian Danielson Brian Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki. They were chopping each other up. Like, their chests were red because they were just bam.
Wait, is it actually Daniel Bryan?
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's Brian Danielson.
Because
that's his real name.
Really?
Because WWE has the rights for the other name.
At least it's not his real name that they have the rights for.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Like John Cena.
Or like,
does John Cena own his own name?
Well, Christian Cage can't go. He has to go out as Christian Cage instead of Christian.
From Edge and Christian.
He can't go out as Christian, is that what it was? Or he couldn't go out
he can't go out as Christian. He has to be Christian Cage.
He has to be Christian Cage. They have to say Christian Cage.
Dang.
They can't call him Christian.
Then they had, and then Dante Martin versus Malachi Black during the Saturday Dynamite. The Super Frogs versus the Lucha Bros. The Super Frogs ended up being, well, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Nah, watch it.
AAA tag team, and then the AAA team for the AAA tag team
championships.
It was really good surprise.
I absolutely love the name Super Frogs.
The Super King versus the Dark Order. Super Click versus the Dark Order. I hate that they have a Q as the. They are so good at being heels. I like even just reading their name. How they spelt their name pisses me off.
The kiss spot, the stolen kiss that they did,
And then
that was the highlight of that whole night for me.
Yeah, that kiss spot was great. Then Bobby Fish versus Brian Danielson. So Brian Danielson and Bobby Fish fought 2 nights in a row, which is
they both did. Both fought phenomenal matches 2 nights in a row.
We need to resize these graphics. AEW World Title Eliminator tournaments coming up. We got a bunch of awesome things. I don't want to go over the graphics.
That's fine.
And then the Kenny Omega is going to defend the AAA Mega Championship at Triple Mania coming up. Omega will return to the Lucha Libre AAA promotion in Mexico on December 4th to defend the AAA Championship. At Triple Mania event, he will defend the title against the AAA star Hijo del Vikingo. Do you know anything that I just said?
No.
Okay.
No.
So one other thing that's really cool about AEW is that they decided to open up what they call the Forbidden Door. So, you have WWE,
yes.
right? And now you know that there's AEW.
Yes.
Right? There are also other promotions that are out there, like the AAA.
Mm-hmm.
There's also NWO.
NWA.
Or NWA. And then there's also Impact, which used to be called
Japan.
TNA. New Japan. So there's a bunch of other wrestling companies out there. WWE's wrestlers fight WWE wrestlers.
Yep.
AEW opened up the Forbidden Door, which means that their wrestlers can go to other promotions and wrestle other promotions fighters, and other promotions fighters can come over to AEW shows and wrestle their fighters, and they can fight for each other's championships.
That's crazy.
And Kenny Omega, who is considered one of the best, if not the best wrestler of all history.
Yeah.
Mhm.
at one point this last year owned 4 belts.
What is even that?
And
They
then
had 4 belts.
and then his tag team friends had the AEW tag team belts.
And his other friends who are tag team had the Impact tag team belts. So they had 8 belts
Between
in their faction.
It was amazing.
Dang.
And so that's what's going on here is Kenny Omega's going to the Lucha Libre AAA promotion in Mexico on December 4th to defend his AAA Mega Championship.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, he's currently Mexico's champion. That's how good he is. He's from Canada, wrestled and got famous in Japan, and is now the champion in Mexico because he's just the best wrestler.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah. So pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh,
Yay!
that means that's the sound for Fuzzy Memory Trivia. This is when I ask the Hess a question, and then the Hess answer that question with the correct answer. And unlike Fuzz Question of the Week, you get a point for a correct answer. If you get a wrong answer, you don't lose points or anything. You just feel embarrassed.
Okay.
Currently, Charles got a point last week. So currently, after 6 episodes, or 5 episodes, and this is going to be the 6th, currently Charles is 1 against the other Hess 0. So 1-0, 1-0.
In 5 episodes, we have a score of 1-0.
Yeah. So this is going to be one after another, and then we'll just go round robin. If I think that's what it's called, I don't remember. Zach, in 2015, what does that sound? 2015, at the age of 10, who became the youngest competitive swimmer in World Championships history?
Randy Kenderson.
Incorrect. C-Dubs.
Gleyber Torres.
Incorrect. Alzen Tark.
I was close.
C-Dubs, in what year did Haiti end Italy's record 19-game shutout streak?
1967.
Incorrect.
1985.
Incorrect. 1974. Zach, who was Nick's first Rookie of the Year?
The Knicks' first Rookie of the Year. Tony Soprano.
Incorrect. C-Dubs.
Nick Nickerson of the Knickerbockers.
Incorrect. Willis Reed.
Oh.
C-Dubs, who was the European Footballer of the Year in 2001?
Pele.
Incorrect.
David Beckham.
Incorrect. Michael Owen. And that is the end of Fuzzy Memory Trivia. Thank you for coming. It's still 1-0. And
what one did you get right?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember. And sometimes the questions are re-asked, and we still don't get them right.
Yeah, that happens all the
That
time.
happens all the time. Well, so that brings us to the end of the episode, guys.
It's a long one.
Wow.
Thanks for having me.
No, dude, thank you for showing up. I really
thank
appreciate
you.
it. I hope you had a good time.
Oh, yeah, I had a great time.
We end the episode asking our Hess what you got going on this next week. C-Dubs, what you got going on this next week, bro?
Well, the next 3 days we've got the playoffs here, so I've got to work a lot of time, overtime, and all that for that. So that's going to be good.
Okay.
I'm excited to work a lot, and then I am going to get a bunch of comic books I'm really excited about in the mail.
Okay.
So I'm going to have a good week.
Zach,
Sounds good.
what do you got going on this? Well, I don't know when you'll be back, so maybe let's say, well, we don't want to wait until the next year for you to come back. Maybe this next millennia, or what are you gonna do this next millennia?
Oh, I'm just gonna try to write some more music, and we got some shows this weekend, Halloween parties starting up.
Sweet.
Rock and roll. Fuzzy.
Oh,
What
what?
do you-
What's up?
What are you?
What
gonna,
are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do this week?
You know, I think I'm gonna do some of the fuzzy things. I got some fuzz stuff to do. I'm gonna do the what am I gonna do? Fuzzy math.
FuzzJockRadio.
They want to get loud, but their bodies won't let them. Tense. Giants have a shift on. They're expecting Bellinger to pull it on the ground. Crawford closest to the bag. Here's a 1-2 and a shot into right center. A base hit for Bellinger. Justin Turner will score. Lutz to third. Cody Bellinger delivers in the clutch.
FuzzJockRadio.
He shoved it up our butt twice.